Everything you desire is already real. It just needs you to claim it. You see, guys, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Whether you had a winning year or a losing year last year, right? I've got good news and I got bad news for you, right? The good news is tomorrow is a new day, right? But the bad news is that if you, the today version of you, doesn't change something today, tomorrow will be exactly the same, right? And today, what it is that I want to do, what it is that we're going to do, is that we're going to break that cycle, right? Because the one thing standing between you and the life that you want are your limiting beliefs. But here's the secret. There's only one person who can break that curse. You, right? So I'll show you the system on how to break any limiting belief that it is that you have, right? I'll give you the blueprint, but only you can fucking execute. Let's go.
This is where most people quit. It's not talent. It's obsession.
So to eliminate any limiting belief that it is that you may have, guys, you have to master 3 principles that I believe are necessary, right? Are absolutely necessary for breaking any limiting belief, right? And I call these the 3 principles of change, right? What you guys are going to learn from me is that I have many mental models that all lead to the same thing, right? But anyways, and the first principle that it is that we need to learn and understand in order to break any limiting belief is the number one problem that we all face, and then knowing how to fix that problem, right? And I'm gonna keep it real. This is a problem that every single human has. Number 2 is knowing that the right actions in the right sequence equals perpetual progress, right? You doing the right actions in the right sequence will always lead to the same result, right? So this is why I say it's perpetual progress. It's perpetual, results, because it's like sodium chloride creating salt, or hydrogen, 2 hydrogen atoms and an oxygen create water, right? O2 creates air. So the right actions in the right sequence will always produce the same result. And then number 3 is knowing the solid foundations of business success, because this thing, and you see how all of these build on each other, right? We all have a problem, and we need to know how to fix it, right? And the only way to fix it is by doing the right actions in the right sequence, so that way you can have perpetual results and perpetual progress. But knowing the right actions in the right sequence is the solid foundations of business success, right? So let's get started. The number one problem that it is that we all face is, guys, there's only, I'm going to keep it real. I believe that there's only a few things that all humans can agree on, right? And one of them is that, guys, as humans, we all have problems. The number one problem that we all face is that we all have problems, right? Money problems, relationship problems, business problems, right? A lot of us deal with self-doubt. A lot of us deal with fear. A lot of us deal with uncertainty, anxiety. But what I believe is the real root, because all these things, all of your problems are limiting beliefs, right? And what I believe is the real root of all limiting beliefs, of most of them, right, is that all of it is just a lack of trust. Like for me, the root cause of all limiting beliefs, of anything that causes you to not take the highest level of action that it is that you can take, is a lack of trust. And this thing, guys, not trust in a person, not even trust in God. I'm talking about trust is a lack of trust in the unseen, right? A lack of trust in yourself, right? A lack of trust in the reality that it is that you want, but you haven't experienced it. Guys, listen. You having a lack of trust in what you haven't seen, right? You having a lack of trust in yourself. You having a lack of trust in something that you haven't experienced yet, that is the root cause of every single limiting belief, of every single thing that causes you to not act on doing what it is that you need to do. Right? You see, guys, most people trust the struggle more than they trust their own power. More people trust in what they don't want to happen than what it is that they do want to happen. Therefore, they won't even act. And I 100% believe that if you simply fix that, if you simply fix your lack of trust, your lack in the unseen, your lack of trust in what you haven't experienced yet, if you fix that, you'll break all of the curses, right? Because guys, where there's trust, there's hope. Where there's hope, there's change. And when there's change, there's action. And action is the only key to unlocking everything that you want. Action is the only key to unlocking everything that you desire. But the thing is, you won't even act if you don't trust in the result. You understand what I'm saying? So, guys, there's two types of people in the world. People who read the dictionary and people who don't, right? So, what does the dictionary say about trust? And how do you activate trust? And a lot of people will call it faith, right? But I say trust. So if trust is the key to breaking all of the curses, how do you activate trust at will, right? And the dictionary defines trust as a firm belief in the ability or strength of someone or something, right? It's a firm belief. It's a firm belief in the truth. It's a firm belief in the ability or strength of someone or something. It's you having a firm belief in something. It's you having 100% trust, 100% belief in the ability of someone or something, right? But by definition, when I hear that, I'm like, well, for me, all trust is the energy, is the substance of something that you hope for, is the reality of something that you hope for, is the evidence of what you can't see. Because again, trust for me is the substance. Trust for me is the result of the evidence that you can't see yet, right? Like trust for me is the physical reality of what you can't see yet, of what you don't believe yet. That for me, that's trust, right? So this thing, trust is knowing that what you desire, that what you want. Trust is you knowing that the result is already real, right? Even when you don't see it, even when you don't feel it, right? An example that I want to use, it's like if you're currently broke right now, but you trust that without a doubt that one day you're going to be wealthy, that trust, that belief, that result, that belief in your ability, that belief in your strength, that belief in that reality is the trust, right? And guys, listen, that belief in that reality is what separates winners from quitters, right? Because once you know that what you want is real, once you accept that what you want exists, the only thing left is taking actions to bring that shit into reality. Which brings us to the second principle of change, which is the right actions in the right sequence equals perpetual results, right? Because again, your entire reality is shaped by your own actions. We talked about this in the last video. But your entire reality is shaped by your own actions and consequences, right? Because actions create consequences. Consequences create the opportunities that take you to the next level, right? So this thing, you can create anything. You can become anything, right? Now, granted, if you're fucking 4'1", you most likely won't become a professional basketball player, right? You can do it. We've seen worse things. But you can do it. Maybe a Harlem Globetrotter, my nigga. Or freestyle and one type shit, right? Get paid for it. For real, right? You can become anything. You can do anything. But the only difference between you and your next level are the habitual actions that you take over time, right? Because again, behind every success, there's a formula. So if you find the formula and you take the actions in the right sequence, you're going to get the result. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. Sodium chloride creates salt. So therefore, you getting leads, you converting those leads into paying customers, you giving those customers the result that they want, and then you retaining those customers forever. That's a process. Like that, those are the right actions in the right sequence to find success in business. Do that and you'll see success. You understand what I'm saying? So again, the formula is the right actions in the right order that produce the right results. So again, the right thinking, the right actions in the right sequence equals inevitable success, right? If you just triple down on the right actions, right, it's inevitable. And honestly, guys, the reason that most people fail is that they waste time doing the wrong things. They waste time overthinking and never execute, right? Because again, not all actions move the needle. One business is here, the other business is here. Same business, same area. This one is doing $1 million, this one is doing 10,000 a month, right? The only difference in that gap, right, is this company is doing the right actions in the right sequence that produce a result. This person doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, but they're still making money because they're a business. You understand what I'm saying? They'll probably go extinct. They'll probably scale, right? Because they know this company knows the actions that actually move the needle. You understand what I'm saying? So only wise actions create progress. This is why I emphasize on the right actions in the right sequence. So how do you fix it? How do you make it happen? Guys, you have to train your mind to trust the result. You have to train your mind because again, how your limiting beliefs can keep you stuck, right? Is if the right actions equals the right results, what stops people from winning then? It's not knowing the actions that produce the result, right? And this thing, when you don't know how to do something, the first thing that creeps up is doubt. They always say the devil's in the details. Hell yeah. Because if you got the details, if you dot your P's and Q's, you're not going to have doubt. You're just going to fucking execute. But if you don't know what you're doing, what if I fail? What if it doesn't work? What if my business collapses? What if they cheat? What if my ads don't convert? That doubt, that's a lack of trust in the result. Why? Because you don't know what you're doing. And if you don't trust the end result, you'll never execute at full capacity, right? So the only way to overcome doubt is to take action anyway. You have to train your mind to learn the right actions in the right sequence. You want to build a successful construction company. You want to build a successful HVAC company. You want to build a successful roofing company. You want to build a successful influencer business, right? There's specific actions done in the right sequence that produce a result. And if it's business, it's very simple. Traffic, your lead generation, converting that traffic into lead conversion, converting that traffic into paying customers at a 30 to 60% close rate, fulfilling the result, and then keeping them forever via review, referrals, upsells. You do that shit enough times, you're going to see the results that you want. It is what it is. Principles doesn't matter. Your color, your skin, whatever. Your gender, your orientation doesn't matter. You understand what I'm saying? So anyways, guys, the more you do, the more you believe, the more that you trust in the end result, success is inevitable, right? The more that you trust that the actions that you're taking actually produce a result that you want, you're going to wake up on fire, right? So number 3, guys, let's break it down. So what are the right actions? I've said it multiple times, right? If you caught it, right? How do you apply this to business, right? What are the right actions in the right sequence for business in order to find business success? It's through the relentless execution, right, of these 3 key phases, of these 4 moves, right? There's 6. But we're going to talk about the 4 that really move the needle. If you want to scale, you need 6, but the 4 that really move the needle. Like if you're just starting out, or you may be in a funk and you need to take yourself to the next level, you need to relentlessly execute, right, on your core values, your targets, and your routines. But most importantly, your lead generation, your lead conversion, your customer fulfillment, and your customer retention. You focus on these 3, guys. Most importantly, if you automate these 4 things, game over. game over, right? If you relentlessly execute on getting more traffic to your offer, dropping content, running ads to your offer, and you convert 30%, 30 to 60% of the traffic that comes to you. So that means that for every 10 people that come, you close 3 to 6 of them, right? Bare minimum. That's the bare minimum. Once they become a paying customer, you give them the result that they paid you for. You just do what you said you were going to do, and they'll stay. They'll leave a review. They'll leave a referral, right? They'll be inside of your system, so that way you can give them a 10% off on Martin Luther King Day, a 50% off on Christmas, a Black Friday sale, a Martin Luther King Day sale, a Juneteenth sale. You understand what I'm saying? So guys, program your mind for business success, bro. Like, it's easy. It's easy. Right? We'll talk about scale in another video, but you move these 4 needles, you move these 4 levels, game over for the game. So guys, wake up every single day and repeat your core values, man. You lock in on your targets. Lock in on the things that move the needle. Execute daily. Execute daily in the morning, 7 a.m. You know exactly what it is that you need to do. How much traffic do we need today? How much traffic did we get yesterday? How much traffic do we need today? How many leads do we need today? How many leads do we need today? Did my content drop today? Right? Did I close 30 to 60% of individuals, right? So again, do this every single day without fail. Success is inevitable. But anyway, guys, you either trust the end result or you don't. And at the end of the day, right, breaking your limiting beliefs, breaking your self-doubt is simple. You either trust that your next level exists or you stay stuck doubting yourself, right? No more what ifs, no more overthinking, no more hesitation. Trust in the end result by figuring out the right actions and the right sequence that produce that result. Move and execute. Once you have that, execute, right? That's how you break the cycle, by trusting, not having a lack of trust, but trusting in the end result, right? That's how you win. And if you execute, you will win. And if you win, your entire life fucking changes, right? So rewatch this video, take notes, apply it, right? But most importantly, guys, drop a comment below, man. Let me know if this hit you. Let me know how this hit you, right? DM me on IG @_control the outcome, right? And most importantly, watch the next video, right? On the #1 secret to scaling without limitations, all right? Take action. I'll see you at the top.